going on, everyone? Gonna do a little review, little Monday review. Looks like the dollar broke out, and so far today, the opening for this evening, it's coming back in to support. See what happens. It's a daily chart on the dollar. See the flat top break. Head and shoulders top is still in play. We'll see what happens here. It's being knocked back so far in the open. Same with the index. It's got a lot of support coming on the way down. You got this support line here. You got a double top here. You got the 8 and the 13, the 34 all the way down. See what happens. S&P still working inside that pattern. Weekly chart open. See how we did today. It's like a little sideways action, a little trouble. Bunch of indecision bars. See what happens. You can see the trend kind of twisting up now, but you can see the ultimate 34 trend is still pointing down. So far for the week. Looks like we've got quite a bit of resistance on the way up, so let's see what happens. See if the dollar will come back down for us. Dow Jones, same thing on the open. A little indecision so far. A little spinning top. See what happens with that. Look for previous low breaks. Take a ride all the way back down. You got support right around the previous highs, all the way down. To the previous lows, all the way into the previous highs. Nice W pattern here, so looks like a confirmed W pattern, consolidation back into support, and then the break. So see if we can stay above previous highs. NASDAQ, looks like we got a little bounce. Inverted hammer, gapped, filled the gap. Let's see what it does here. It also could be the bearish retracement to allow it to go further down. So it's got to close. It's got a lot of work to do. Could be a W pattern getting across the 34 and it going up, or it's just going to break down. Which you got previous highs, and previous low support. But on a daily, that's a bearish retracement, so it's got some work to do on the daily. But on the weekly, you're putting in a higher low so far, bouncing off of the 34. Looks like a top there, gap indecision. See what happens when it fills the gap, see if it keeps going. All the way back into the support line. Wasn't much of a gap and run. So look for a gap and fill. look for support at the end of the gap, the beginning of the gap, and then see if it'll go up, recover, or fall. But that gap's your support. Watch for previous high breaks, of course. See if the gap continues to run. But it looks like it gapped and stalled. So looks like momentum got the best of it. Deutsche Bank breaking into previous lows. For breaks there, it could go all the way up to the next previous low, next previous lows. If he wants to keep climbing, for breaks here. It's likely to go to 20, maybe come back and do a little consolidation back to 26 is the target if it keeps going straight up. Up to 20, the double top here, consolidate, come back, and then break on a momentum break upwards to 26. Otherwise, it's got to get through this trading range. Plus, it's in no man's land too. Let's see a monthly chart. It's in no man's land up to 20. So if it keeps going the way it does, it'll definitely hit 20, but it's going to hit a rock, I think. Got a double top on the weekly. Got a double bottom resistance on a monthly. So looks pretty bullish from here though. Looks like it's got some legs. See if it'll get up to 20 and back. See what it'll do after that. Nikkei. Looks pretty healthy on the monthly. Nice U pattern over the 34. Looks like it recovered nicely. Looks like the whipsaw breakdown was just another whipsaw back in your face, and there it's coming up, breaking the previous highs. Pretty good head fake on that one. It's got to break into previous lows. It's got a whole nother trading range to go through. But it's coming in on that flat top break. It's above previous highs so far. Looks pretty healthy. See what happens. Could be just as weak and just need some more legs on a daily. Could easily come back into support on a daily. Spinning tops on a bottom, I don't know. See how it opens, look for previous high breaks. Maybe that is the bottom. But V-bottoms never work, so look for something to come back, opposing point, and build. Since the breakdown, it's got a lot of work to do. Working from the tri-tips on a weekly, so that's a triple top. See where the bottom is. That could be our opposing point. Change this all up. If it goes on if it breaks to the upside, I'll have to change my pattern to the new opposing point. So see if that holds for the week. It's only Monday. Back to the daily. What's the probability? I don't know. That could be a bottom. It's got to get above previous lows though in a hurry. See how it reacts from here. On to gold. So gold got a little kick as the open of this late in the evening. Here's our close yesterday. So far it's looking good. We need a previous high break into previous lows. So on the daily, we got a little churn. Look for anything above the previous high break. Above the 50% rule into the previous candle, then we can gain momentum up in here. See what we can do. For the week, looks like we're putting a nice reversal bar. If we can continue on this. And for the month, we needed desperately to stay above the 34, and we got that now. So I'll see what we can do with that. Gotta have a churn sometime. Right now we're putting in a higher low on a monthly chart. Not much of a higher low, but I'll take it. Right off that 34, and see if we can get into support and bounce right back out of that pattern. Gotta hold. Silver's come down too, outside the previous pattern. I guess you can write this thing anywhere you want. I was just doing it there, just for shits and giggles. But it's having a rough time past that 34 on a weekly chart. We want to be above 1850. See if we can bounce above and get above there sometime this week. Daily, looks like we got a little bit of churn, but no reversal bar to speak of. 4-hour chart. Putting in some higher lows. No reversal bar though. Looks like another flag pattern on the 3-hour chart. 1-hour chart. Looks like we might hit the 34 and have to get some momentum. Hopefully we can jet across the 34 and then come back into it and gain our momentum. 1-hour chart. Let's go to a monthly. Kind of saved by the bell if we can stay above that 34 on a monthly chart. It's got to turn sometime. Monthly chart still bullish. It's a bullish retracement back into support. The cross back into support. It's a bullish retracement, throwback, whatever you want to call it. Hopefully we can get a bounce this week. See how that dollar is doing again. See on the lower end here. See if we can find any kind of reversal bars. Knock this thing back. Looks like we got a double top on the hour chart. You got the cross, maybe a longer term downfall. Let's see. Looks like a bounce coming in. A longer term. Yeah, I don't know. This looks like just a bullish retracement back into support. We'll see. Kind of tough watching gold just slack off. Let's go to copper. Actually, let's look at the ratio. Looks like silver was the better buy for a couple days now. So far we're putting in a higher low. Nice recovery. Little whoopsaw. Look for a flat top break. Maybe silver would be a good buy here coming up. Real good buy. That thing breaks out. That's the gold silver ratio. Copper. Copper's putting in another top forming action. The run up and then the push down. The run up and then the push down. Let's see. There's a reversal bar, reversal bar. You never know. Look for previous high breaks. That long falling star needs to fail on a break. We got 3 tips pointing up too. It looks like a top for the time being. See how the monthly's doing. Monthly smacked at 34. It's coming back out. See what it does in here. Pretty nice breakout for copper. GDX took that another leg down. That ended up to be a bearish flag. 8 crossed over the 34 on a weekly. Trying to gather its legs. Let's see if we can stay out of the bearish flag syndrome. Need some kind of a reversal bar. May need to do another stair step on the bottom side. I don't know. Kind of hard to tell where it's going to go after it breaks down like that. Look for any bullish or bearish retracements back into resistance. Don't get faked out. Look, know where your resistance is. Previous lows. Terrible. Higher low just broke down. I was really hoping that was a cup and handle. Turned out to be a bearish flag on the long-term chart. So far so good for a Monday. Pushed up a little bit. Know where your resistance is. Previous lows. Got the daily cross now. Got a lot of work to do. Anything can happen, but looks like we'll be waiting for the rest of November for this to settle out. Bitcoin, dollar's doing well. Let's see how Bitcoin's doing. Looks like we got higher lows. Or lower highs, excuse me. Lower highs, lower high. All bets are on the dollar. Let's see what the dollar does. So just a real quick look at the dollar. See if we can't get this thing knocked back a little bit so gold and silver run, make a bottom. That head and shoulders top is still in, so let's pay attention to that. I guess all bets are on the dollar. Is that going to break? Flat top break. It's going to be a triple top break. could be a nice breakout. If it does, no telling where the gold and silver is going to go if that happens. So if that breaks, we got a flat top break coming, and it could go all the way up to the next previous high. $20 run. Alright guys, that's it. Wish gold and silver was doing a lot better. But let me know what's going on out there. I'll see ya.